I'm just moving everything to be like centered and the cords are all up.
Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Test, test. Test, test. Test, test.
Okay, good. I was just making sure that this was
Test, test.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for coming today. What we're going to do here is we're going to have statements from Coach and then from each of the players. At the conclusion of that, we'll open it up for Q&A from all of you. Please raise your hand when you're ready to ask a question. We'll send the mic around to you. At the conclusion of the press conference, we'll clear the microphones from the table and we'll take a photo or two. Okay? Go ahead, Tibbs.
I want to thank everyone for coming today. I'm going to take this opportunity to welcome and introduce Robert, Dario, and Jared. Obviously, we're very excited to have them. I think all three guys fit us very well. Robert has been one of the elite defenders in the league for a long time. Dario has had a great start to his career, very versatile, brings toughness, shoots the three, plays multiple positions, and Jared is, my years of coaching against him was always a problem because of the things that he could do off the dribble. And then he's developed his three-point shot as well. So all three guys we're looking forward to having on the team, and we think they'll fit well with us.
Thank you guys for having us. It's a new opportunity for us. We just can't wait to get on the court, put on that jersey, and put on for this city. We've heard so many good things about the fans, the city as far as food and all the different venues that they have here. So just getting out and getting accustomed to the city is what we're really looking forward to.
Hello, everybody. It's a real pleasure, to be the part of Minnesota organization. So many Balkan players back in the days playing here, and what I heard, everybody got a good impression about club, about everything, and I cannot wait, step up on the court, play, give 100% in every moment, in each second of the game, and knock some wins and try to get in a playoff.
Hello, I'm Jared. I'm excited to be here. This is a new opportunity. Looking forward to working with Coach and the players here. The great weather you guys have and everything else that the city has to offer. But it's a new opportunity. I'm really looking forward to being here.
John Krasinski with The Athletic. Robert, just can you describe maybe the process of finding out about it, and how do you feel when you do get traded in the middle of a season, and maybe the keys to trying to acclimate as quickly as you can into a new situation?
We found out right before a meeting, but the transition is definitely tough, especially you have to, move so fast, but like you said, that's part of the league. That's part of how the business goes sometimes. So, it's a new system that you gotta learn, get accustomed to, and like I said, I'm looking for the opportunity, and I'm thankful for it. So, things could be a lot different, but I'm blessed to be here in this, with this organization, and I'm ready to come step on the court, give my all.
Jace Frederick, St. Paul Pioneer Press. Dario, what are just your initial impressions on the other guys who are here and are going to be your new teammates, just in terms of what they can do on the court?
Obviously, it's my first day here, and obviously, you have a couple of guys who are really amazing here, who is young and talented players. You have a couple of vets, who really can help me, to adjust here to play really good basketball, and others, like all organization, all team, for first impression was amazing, and that's the thing what really helped me, and that's it.
Chris Hine from the Minneapolis Star-Tribune. Jared, kind of what's the status of your injury, and how long do you think it might be until you're able to kind of get back on the court?
I don't know exactly. I know obviously I hyperextended my knee, so just trying to go through this, this process of rehab, and hopefully sooner rather than later.
Dane Moore, ZoneCoverage.com. Robert, I'm curious just or I guess for all three of you, what's the relationship the three of you have, and does that kind of make the process of coming to a new place easier, having former teammates there with you?
Yeah, it definitely is. But considering, I know guys on this team, so the transition to be easy, and helping these guys as well. You know, it's going to be like you said, for us, you know, we're so close as a unit up in Philly. So having these guys here with us, you know, it's going to be an opportunity for us, you know, and some of the things that we learned and we know that we grew on up in Philly, you know, we can bring some of that same mindset here. You know, just, you know, bringing that same energy, same vibe to these guys. And like you said, you know, making our transition, you know, the right way.
Joe Schmidt, Channel 5. Tibbs, how much of a sense of relief is there that it's now, you talk about moving on, but now you actually can move on because you have these three players sitting here?
Well, we're looking forward to it. And obviously, we are excited to have the opportunity to make this deal. And, you know, we gave up a very good player in Jimmy, and we feel we got very good players coming back. So we think this will add a lot to our team in terms of depth. We've got young guys that are going to grow. We have an established veteran who's been around for a while. So we think they add a lot to the team. And just the way they went through their season last year, like, they had a terrific year last year, and they played major roles on that team. And so I think the experience they gained, the lessons they learned, that's an important part of their growth, and we think they'll be a great fit with us.
Danny Cunningham, 1500 ESPN. Robert, you were one of the longest tenured guys in Philadelphia. You were with that franchise through a lot of dark days. How difficult is it to find out that they get to a very competitive place and then ship you out?
It's definitely a shocker. You know, it's considering, you know, seeing how everything had, you know, went through, like you said, them 10 win seasons, the rough patches. But like you said, it's part of this organization. You've seen kind of what happened with, you know, DeMar, you know, early on. You know, that's part of the business, and you know, you can't sit up here and you can be mad, but you know, you can't allow it to, you know, take away from the new opportunity you have in front of you. So, you know, yeah, I had a lot of good days in Philly. You know, it came to the end a different way, not how I expected, but like you said, I'm ready for this opportunity here. You know, it's a new team, new transition, and you know, I'm ready to bring everything that I've learned and you know, I've grown as far as, you know, a player on and off the court to here. Because, like you said, I feel like I can do a lot here and, you know, help these guys, you know, in so many different ways.
Robert, Malika Andrews, ESPN. This team ranks 29th in defense, and I'm wondering what you see as being what is lacking for them and how you feel like you can add and contribute and maybe turn that ship around.
I've seen, you know, small things, you know, it's just communication a little bit, you know, extra effort a little bit. And, you know, what I've been a part of, you know, I've seen that as well as a player growing in, you know, the Philly days. It's something that, you know, people have to do. Like, you have to, like, how can I say it? We have to work on it as far as with reps, you know, defensive wise. You know, it's about effort, it's about repetition, and all that stuff, you know, plays a big part. And you know, I was a player that when I first came in the league, I didn't have the mindset that I have now as far as on defense. You know, it's about getting the reps and transition and really doing it that way. So I feel like, you know, coming in, I can help these guys a lot, and I already see, you know, some of the things. You know, I watched the game yesterday, and I seen where some of the drop-offs was. So I definitely feel like my veteran presence can allow that to really help them.
Hey, Robert. Dave Benz with Fox Sports North. Just wanted to know about your relationship with Kat. He mentioned yesterday that you guys have worked out in the past. How far back does that go? And then also, you put something on social media last night. He gave you a little gift, and I'm wondering if it was only for you or if Dario and Jared also were recipients of that as well.
Nah, I've known Kat for a minute. You know, we worked out in L.A., you know, a couple summers ago, and, you know, we've kept in contact a little bit. You know, him seeing the transition of, you know, college days, he battled one against one of my close friends, Jalil. So I've watched him a lot, and we've gotten to know each other a little bit. In that time we worked out, you know, we picked each other's brain a little bit and seen, you know, as far as our career wise. And yeah, the gift that, you know, we had talked about it before, and he had reached out once the deal happened. That he was like, man, you got to get you a coat now. I said that's gonna be the first thing. I sit up here and get it. And you know, when I walk in my hotel room, that's what, you know, was on my desk. So the gift, I think that came from the team. The headphones and everything, I think that came from the team. I'm not sure, but the coat was a gift from Cat. So that was going to be one of my first things I was going to get anyway. I don't know if guys got that as well. But it's something that was going to be on my first things to do.
Dario, just how do you see yourself playing alongside Cat when you get minutes together, and what he brings to the table, and do you see maybe any little similarities with Joel and the way that he liked to play as well, how you play off each other?
Yeah, he give me a jacket too, for the cold winter. But yeah, I can see he's obviously like with Joel, with Anthony Davis, top 3, like a big man in the league, and obviously he got like so many similar things like Joel, and I think what I see, what I read, I think Cat is shooting like so much better from 3-point line than Joel, and seems like we can play with each other. He can sometimes pop, I can sometimes pop or roll. I think we can find a way how to play together, and if I find a way, how to play with Joel, I think I can find a way how to play with Cat.
For really any of you guys, for a couple of years there, these two franchises were kind of compared to each other just in the fact of ascending, acquiring younger players, and kind of building towards something. Obviously, both made the playoffs last year. Do you see the situations as similar at all between Philadelphia and Minnesota, just having young building block pieces and obviously a couple of veterans too, and I guess trying to continue to build upward?
Absolutely. It's the same exact thing that was going on in Philadelphia. The building, player development. That's a big thing that allows guys to, really take that leap. And, if you're getting the reps and you're getting the minutes and everything, you can really do a lot of things, just by, being out there. That's how you learn the game, by being out there, being on the court, getting the flow for it, get a feel. That's how you get a better understanding of it. And it also helps you, transition as a player, because you understand what you have to do and, what you're capable of and what certain things you need to work on. So that transition, is very similar to here, as it was there. And like you said, it's the same situation that we've been in before. So, we embrace it and, we're ready for it.
Maybe for both of you, do you feel like you have something to prove all over again, or to a certain point, or do you feel when you get traded from a team that you want to show that you have, you were worth, what this team thinks you're worth?
Absolutely. We definitely, we definitely coming in with a mindset of, we still have something to prove, and what we learned as a unit, there, we're going to bring that same mindset here, and we're not going to sit up here and, think of it as a downgrade or anything, because we have an opportunity to bring something that we've really, really learned as players on and off the court. The experience alone will help, transition for us, and we can help guys here, with that same mentality, because we got the experience, the winning side of, basketball, and we got to sit up here and see, the fruits of labor as far as the time and effort of everything we put into it. So, we're going to bring that mindset here, and, we're going to take that competition level up.
Dario, earlier in your career, you were a guy that mostly came off the bench for the Sixers. Then the last 2 years, you've started all but, I think, 5 games. What's your comfort level of being in the starting lineup versus coming off the bench?
I think, in my opinion, if you ask me, I like to, start in first lineup. I feel more comfortable. But when I say, I'm here, first time in this team, and I will accept everything, every challenge what coach put in front of me. Doesn't matter if I start or I come in from the bench. I will try to give 100%, but I like to be starter. But end of the day, everything is about how is team doing, what is good for team, to get more wins and to try to make playoff.
Robert, it's Dave Campbell with Associated Press. Do you sort of remember when things clicked for you defensively in the league? You talk about having to learn how to be a good defender in the league.
I'd probably say maybe 2.5 years ago, 3, maybe that first year. After that first year in Philly, when Coach gave me a challenge when I first stepped there. He told me that, I know you can shoot, I know you can sit up here and do a lot of things on the offensive end, but in order to stay in this league and, be effective, you got to be able to, go down there and be able to stop somebody on the other end. Because he always gave me the examples of Bruce Bowen, Sean Marion, guys that really, really transitioned from, just being this into a full-on player. So, watching film, I think I've watched more film in the first few years than I've ever watched my entire life, as far as, just different guys and, like, watching how they read certain things and, building habits of, like, watching players and everything. So I say probably that past couple of seasons is when everything started to click, because, like, I started to see exactly what my coach at the time was. My player development coach was a defensive coach, so he showed me so many different things, and just having that that influence in front of me is what really helped. If I never had him in front of me, as far the defensive aspect of everything, I probably wouldn't have the same transition. But just putting the time into everything that we did, that's what allowed me to make that transition and going out there and making it effective.
Jared, the Wolves have Derrick Rose, Jeff Teague, Tyus Jones. How do you see, once you get healthy, you're being able to fit here? What kind of opportunities do you think are going to be here for you when you're ready to go?
I think my mindset right now is just trying to get healthy. After that, it's up to Tibbs, and I think we'll figure it out from there. But right now, it's just trying to get healthy for me.
Jared, this is, I believe, over here. I believe this is the second time you've been traded mid-season in your career. In your past experience, how long did it take you to kind of get up to speed and feel like you were comfortable with your new team?
It's pretty quick. I think just the transition is always the hardest part, especially for guys. I know this is the first time they've been through this. Moving from taking your life and uprooting that in an hour is difficult. And, for me, I've been through it, so I kind of knew the things that were going to come with that. But for younger guys, I think that's the toughest part, is trying to figure out that whole thing with clothes and your car and just getting your life back in order. But usually the teams are pretty good, and this organization has a reputation of doing things the right way. So as far as the basketball, I know they'll get up to speed, and I'll get up to speed quickly. And, just trying to get everything else to kind of back into a cohesive unit is the main thing I think everyone tries to do.
Coach, question regarding Robert and Dario played a large sum of their minutes together on the floor in Philadelphia. Is that something that is heavily weighed in your consideration of how you use them, whether it's starting or off the bench, is trying to keep the two of them paired together on the floor?
No, we'll see how it works out. We could, I think the versatility is important. So you can mix and match, and we've been doing that with our team. I think what you're seeing in our league now is you have the ability to, play one point guard and, three wings and a center. You can play 2 point guards, or you play 3 point guards. The big thing is you got to get pressure on the rim and space the floor properly and make plays for each other. So I think the fact that they've played together, they know each other well, that's a plus.
Okay, thanks, guys. I know everybody with the Timberwolves organization is really excited to have you here. We're going to take a photo or two now here with your new jerseys.